Welcome to the episode of the Van Build where I tried to figure out how in the world you frame a kitchen in a van. So first things first, I'm going to cut these 2x4s in half. So right here, I have a 2x4 that's running like this, and I ended up making a flush surface by putting these here. So I'm actually going to try to cut these and these off in order to make this entrance into the cabinets, into the spaces here, less awkward with this random piece sitting here. After that, I'm going to take my piece of plywood right here, which is already cut to fit about right here, and I'm going to fit it so that it will fit around, or I'm going to cut it so it'll fit around this little piece right here, fit it in there, make sure everything fits right, and then simultaneously we're going to be working on the shore power here. So I'm going to take this and make sure this fits all right, and then that's going to be mounted right here, just like the inverters right there. This is going to be right here in order to maximize space, and then the wiring will feed into the system here. Let's go. So we're making quite the mess in here. I'm gonna have to get the sweeper, the shop vac, possibly also the blower to get sawdust off my electrical system. I imagine that's not the best thing to have in there. Anyway, this piece fits pretty nicely. It fits right around this little hump right here. Pretty snug, but the kitchen is coming along. All right, we have our plywood mounted now to finish off the electrical box. And we also have our DC power box here mounted. It is mounted in order that the wire that is going to be connected to the shore power is going to be able to run there. So it's right here. It's going to be able to run right behind here, and then probably right here is where I'll probably drill the hole out. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way things went regarding the framing of the kitchen, the overall construction of the kitchen. My main goals were just allow for room for the electrical system to be able to have the batteries below, and then all of the different pieces and components above, and then the main water system, while taking into account the fact that my induction stovetop is probably going to be about that thick and sink down that much into the available space in the counter or in the cabinets. And then the sink is probably going to sink down pretty far and needs to have tubing to run to the water. So it's pretty simple if you think about it just from the perspective of water, sink, electrical, induction, and then everything else is just kind of superfluous. I went ahead and faced the kitchen with a very light 3/8 inch man-made wood from Home Depot, which I think goes really well with the coastal ivory lighter color in the van. I made some doors, got some hinges, first time I've ever mounted hinges and doors and stuff. They would have been absolutely perfect, but one of the pieces of plywood that I used for the back of the door bowed, or it evidenced some bowing after I had constructed the entire door, which took several hours. So one door is perfect, the one that's covering the electrical system. The other door bows about a solid 1.5 inches, or maybe just 1 inch away from the top of the cabinet. So I'm gonna have to figure out some way of latching it so that it stays shut. They need latches anyway because they bounce around when I'm driving, so I just stick the toolbox in front of them. But overall, super happy with the kitchen. I'm gonna be working on the countertop, which is gonna be the same wood as what's over the desk soon, and then ordering up the induction stovetop and the sink. And I already have my water components on the way, and then we'll be finishing up the kitchen. I'm pretty happy with my decision to go with the 2x4 framing, not necessarily because I think it was the best choice, but because when you're doing this by yourself and you don't have the time or the freedom or the patience to go seek all of the perfect information, some people might spend a year preparing for this, but I want to get this done so that I can go live out of the van, so I can go surf, so I can go ski, so I can go see the country. and live from this self-built camper van. But that means that at certain times I'm going to be making decisions with less information, less time, less resources than I would in retrospect if I had spent more time just thinking about it, just researching. Obviously, there are better ways to go as far as space saving, weight saving, efficiency and space, etc. I guess that's space saving. But I chose to just do it myself, do it with what I had available, and I'm very happy with what I wound up with. Whether you should copy me exactly or learn from my mistakes, that's up to you.